Good afternoon. I got a request for painting a yellow rose, so I'll do that and a few berries. I'll go for one big rose in the center to start. Right, that is going to be my main rose. Thank you. I'm deciding what color I want for my berries. Maybe something purple. I do want to get some leaves in there before that all dries. So I want a few color bleeds to happen here. Definitely want to start getting some berries and things in here. Maybe a few filler flowers in here too. So many options for berry colors if I'm using this palette from Bolder Colors. So far I've used these colors. I think I'll use the holly color here. Thank you, Jessie. I try and do some art just for myself every day. So I'm attempting to share that one time a day with you as often as possible. Thank you, Cadence. Go back to work. Go work hard. Thank you, 10 seconds. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was thinking about berries, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I want to do some very loose florals in purple. Bye, Cadence. Have a good day. You're trying to make a space here in your bus for art. Yes. So I know watercolor could end up taking up a lot of space, but to get started with a little sketchbook, even a mini sketchbook, you don't need too many colors because you can mix so easily. Yes, the temptation to make a big art mess. I know that. Definitely didn't anticipate the purple. Kind of winging it as I go here. So what else could I do here? I think I still could squeeze in some berries. Thinking maybe some light blueberries. That could be interesting. What do we think of the blue? Was that a good choice? Gouache, yes. Lots of times between layers. That's what really holds me back from painting landscapes with you. I just can't get past that time between layers. All right, I'm going to switch out my brush now. Include a little brown for the stems of those berries. I really didn't start low enough, but sometimes I like that because it could be used as a nice card. You can write a message down here. Right? Just a little thinking of you card. It's so easy to personalize this. I've had people tell me that about my paintings sometimes when I'm saying, oh, but it's not centered. And then they said that I left room for them to write something. You have a friend and you've been sending art postcards. That's awesome, Jessie. Very sweet. Yes, even a mini. Somehow we can find the time if we know we're going to give it to somebody, right? Hi, Brad. It's been a while. Thank you, Jessie. I think I'll give a little detail to some of those big rose leaves. Nicoletta, is that right? I use Balham paper mostly. I do have some other favorites. They're all listed on my Amazon favorites, which is linked in my bio. I've got different price ranges of my favorite paper. So I have got a go-to paper that's much cheaper than this one, but this one's not too bad either. Thank you, Julia. Yes, painting a yellow rose was a request. So if you want to see anything in particular, you can always let me know. Made it easier so I didn't have to think about what to paint today. Oh, that's something that I've never gotten into. really love the look of metallic watercolors on black paper. And I feel like for, as you said, gouache, that would look really good on that. I'm really loving this color combo too. I'm going to see if I can do a little something with these bits of purple. This will be for me to practice opacity because you're used to watercolors. You're going to paint succulents. That's going to look really nice. How much water should you use? So, depending on what your paint looks like, this is kind of what I do. So, if you have a pan like this, you add some water until you can see it moving. See, it's attached itself to my brush. I can see it. I kind of let it swirl around. It is helpful as a beginner, I think, to use a palette. You want to be able to see it move around. So that would be a good consistency. Too much water, you can always tap your brush on a paper towel in between. If you think that it's looking like too much watery, too much running around the page, you can always do that. It definitely comes with practice, I'd say. So I want to add a little bit of darker purple in places, just to keep it from looking too flat. Jesse, you hoard Starbucks napkins because they're good, and brown helps identify. That's true. That is a smart thing to do. All right, I think I'm just about done with this one. Thinking about anything else I'd like to add. The colors here, mostly Fantastic Plants from Bolter Colors with some Ultimate Vampire Protection palette colors. This is very convenient and small, concise if you're thinking about traveling with your paints. I feel like that has a lot of colors in there. Really everything you need for fall, I'd say. So there we go. Today's little rose composition. You need a job for all that money. Yes. Well, once in a while there's a Bolter Color sale, and that's a really good time to grab them. Also, the dot cards are pretty reasonable. You can get a lot of mileage out of those little dots. If you want to get the Earth palette, I do have a 15% off code for the Earth palette for Bolter Colors. That's just Leia15, LEA15. That's in the link in my bio if you don't want to remember that, or if you don't have paper to write it down. Really good set of colors that she has all year round. Yes, they come just like this. There's a little magnet on the bottom already there. She writes down where the color came from. So that brown was made from pine cones, and you get the tin with it as well. I just compiled a couple of sets together so that I have it all in one place. Is mixed media rough paper good? It depends on what you want to do with it. I've never used it, but you can use watercolor with it. It might not look the same as what I'm doing, is what I mean. The way the paper bleeds and things like that. Ooh, Jesse, now you have an expanded palette. That is pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. I have another rose painting from last year that I was looking at. Really like the composition of this one. The light and dark leaves. I can see a lot has changed, and some things have stayed the same in the last year. This is still Bauhain paper. This is just rough. I think it's textured cold press is what it's called. It's a bit smaller. Thanks, Jesse. I think that's it for today. I have my painting here from yesterday. If you were here or missed it, a little bit more time spent on this one with some details in there. Some different flowers. And then kind of inspired by a fall wreath, but some mushrooms in there. Definitely going to continue doing some mushrooms as we get into fall. Alyssa, when do you usually go live? You're always missing it, just catching me in. I try as hard as I can to start at 4 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes I run a little bit late. I just had my first date with students today, so I was able to get here on time. The last 2 days I had work until 3, so I'll try and stick to the 4 p.m. as much as I can. Thank you. No, Jesse, I actually love teaching science. But if I could do this all day, I definitely would. I actually have a watercolor club that I do as well at work. So once in a while, I do get to paint at work. Thank you, Jesse. Yes, it's important. Okay. Getting ready for work tomorrow then. That's what I'll be doing. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.